The gunner does not fire immediately. From the helicopter, he watches the animals below change direction, almost in unison. They know we're here, the pilot says. Within seconds, the entire group disappears into the trees. This is the problem with feral hogs. The more they are hunted, the better they seem to get at surviving. Across Texas, an invasion has been unfolding for decades. Not sudden, not dramatic, but persistent. Today, the state is home to an estimated 2 to 3 million feral hogs, the largest population in the United States. They have been reported in nearly every county, and their range is still expanding. Most people rarely see them. The smartest hogs move primarily at night. Instead, the damage is discovered at sunrise. Fields torn apart, fences flattened, water sources contaminated. Entire pastures can look less like wildlife passed through, and more like heavy machinery crossed the land in darkness. Except no one did. The economic consequences are enormous. Across the United States, feral swine cause roughly $2.5 billion in damage each year, with well over $500 million impacting Texas alone. But the deeper concern is not just the destruction, it is the math behind their population growth. Feral hogs reproduce quickly. Females can breed at a young age. Litters are frequent. Piglets mature fast. Wildlife researchers estimate that roughly 2/3 of a population must be removed every year just to prevent numbers from increasing. Not half, 2/3. Miss that threshold even once, and recovery can be rapid. In some regions, the objective is no longer elimination. It is preventing the situation from getting worse. Pressure changes these animals. Hogs heavily hunted during the day often become nocturnal. Survivors learn to avoid traps. They alter travel routes. They adapt. Research suggests feral hogs possess strong spatial memory and problem-solving ability, traits that make long-term control significantly more difficult. The harder they are pushed, the harder they can become to predict. Over time, Texas expanded the tools available to manage the problem. Feral hog hunting is allowed year-round. There is no statewide bag limit. Landowners can often remove hogs on private property without a hunting license, and aerial removal from helicopters is permitted with authorization. This is not recreational policy, it is population management. Because once an invasive species becomes deeply established, eradication shifts from realistic to unlikely. Containment becomes the goal. From the air, helicopters allow trained teams to track entire groups across terrain that would be nearly impossible to cover on foot. What might take hours on the ground can unfold in minutes. The method is expensive, but in areas with severe agricultural losses, it can be economically justified. Technology on the ground has advanced as well. Thermal optics detect body heat in total darkness. Cellular cameras send instant alerts when sounders enter a trap. Some corral traps are remotely triggered, allowing operators to capture entire groups at once, a critical advantage, since partial captures often teach surviving hogs to avoid future traps. Researchers are also studying toxic bait systems using sodium nitrite, designed specifically for hog physiology, while reducing risks to other wildlife. No single method is sufficient. Success depends on layering strategies and maintaining constant pressure. Agriculture is only part of the story. Feral hogs damage native vegetation. They compete with wildlife for food. They prey on some ground-nesting animals. They disrupt wetlands. And they can carry diseases capable of threatening livestock. For ecologists, feral swine are widely considered among the most destructive invasive mammals in North America. Invasive species force an uncomfortable realization. Once humans reshape an ecosystem, control is often an illusion. So, is Texas losing this fight? Not exactly. In targeted regions, coordinated efforts have reduced local populations and limited damage. But statewide eradication remains unlikely with current technology, which reframes the mission entirely. This is not a battle expected to end. It is a challenge that must be managed indefinitely. And Texas may offer a preview of a broader global pattern. As species move beyond their historic ranges, often with human help, ecosystems can change faster than they can recover. Once a population crosses a critical threshold, reversal becomes extraordinarily difficult, sometimes impossible. Long after sunset tonight, movement will return to fields across Texas. Sounders will emerge from cover, traps will wait in silence, helicopters may lift into the dark, and by morning, the landscape may have shifted again, not from a storm, not from wildfire, but from one of the most adaptable invasive animals on Earth.